The palace entrance. The captain took Jamila in there with him. I'm guessing that I'd hear it if she went and did something stupid. As long as things remain quiet, I'm better off staying outside. Nothing's budging there. A chest. I can't get to it. The guard's standing right by it. Can you move, please? It's probably empty. Not quite. There are leaflets in it. The devil incarnate is amongst us. In the following proclamation, all citizens are summoned to keep watch for persons with pale skin and white hair, and to report the discovery of the aforementioned at all costs. Each shall be remunerated for this pious act, and likewise punished severely if non-compliance is proven. It's even worse than I thought. What is this witch hunt all about? The guard would sound the alarm immediately. The leather straps aren't much use anymore, but the metal rings are fine.
What kind of noise was that?
Now or never. Just a fireplace damped with sand. I'll take a piece of charcoal with me. Oh, 2 bottles with wine in them. Or so it looks. That's why the guard's so jumpy. Nobody's supposed to know. I'll just take them with me. Have to get to prison and take out guards. Have anything helpful? You all right? That shifted the worst of the muck. Well, I wouldn't want to eat off them, but they'll do. I've cleaned the planks, and now I can stand them in the sun to dry.
Yes, whatever.
Now that makes this place here shady, and takes away the view of the window. Can you move, please?
What are you doing there?
I, have pricked myself and wanted to take a look at the wound in the sunlight.
Tell me. So you can't sew now?
Of course I can sew! If only this needle wasn't so tiny.
I've never come across that before. A woman who can't sew. How could a thing like that happen?
I can sew, really. Of course I can sew. It doesn't look so bad either. The wound is closing up by itself.
Well, the main thing for me is that you don't get blood on the material.
A shirt? Well, I suppose Jamila could strangle the guard with it. I need to come up with something a little bit more Fyodor-ish. The shirt is dripping. Have to get to prison and take out guards. Have anything helpful? You all right?
Everything's fine, but this fellow snores so loud and stinks like a camel. Only have this shirt, sorry.
The steps are ready. Let's see if this helps me any further. Might work. Damned gloomy in there. It has to be the torture chamber, full of machines with cranks and hooks, and there are 2 other doors. That could be the cells. But how am I going to get in there? Hello? Anyone there? Ramon? I can't see a thing. Anyone there? Hello? Ramon?
Fedor, is that you?
Yes! Yes, it's me!
Fedor, I never thought I'd see you again.
You know me. You don't get rid of me that easily. And now I'm going to get you out of here.
And I thought you were glad to be rid of me.
Oh, forget all that stupid arguing. Let's get you out of here first.
Us? There's 2 of us. I don't know how many others are being kept prisoner in the other cells here.
Me neither. The cells are all barred and locked. There's not a bit of light that can get in. Can't you get any closer to the door? I can hardly hear you. Ah! Ramon? Are you not well? Did they torture you?
It's the old wound from the flying machine crash landing. It's inflamed. My whole leg's throbbing.
Damn it! You have to get out of here as soon as you can.
We.
Yeah, I'm doing what I can. Ramon? Who else is with you?
The Emir.
The former head of the city of Tripoli.
Quite correct. I've been a prisoner here for 7 years, since the Spaniards occupied the city.
How are you both? You've been stuck in here the longest of them all, yes?
Yes, anyway, at least I'm still sitting up, as opposed to your brother. He's got a fever, he's not at all well.
I'll look after him in a minute. I just need something to get the door open.
Forget the crowbar. Better look for a key, because believe me, without that, you just aren't going to get the door open. I was personally involved in the construction of these cell doors. They are absolutely break-in and break-out proof. I wanted them like that. And it has to be said, I certainly got what I wanted.
Right then, get the key. Ramon, did you hear? I'll do that. Just hang in there.
I fear he can no longer answer. His fever has got worse.
Zerzura. Zerzura.
What? What's he saying?
He's fantasizing about the lost desert city. He's mentioned it a lot these last few days.
Zerzura, whatever. The most important thing now is to get the key. That looks nasty. What is it? The spearhead is pretty sharp. This thing isn't exactly the crowning glory of the inventor's art. More like something knocked up in a tea break. This rope is going to be useful to me. What's that? A horse with a saddle made of sharply angled steel. I just hope Ramon's been spared that. That used to be a whetstone, probably for sharpening torture instruments. The crank from the grinding wheel. What are these long chains doing hanging here? Whatever. I'm glad they are. I could well find a use for them. The barrel's broken. Only the lid and the base are solid. The chains are riveted to the wall, but there are a few hooks here. I could definitely use them. Now I can hang anything I like on them. Still got the hooks to get on. Then I don't need much more. Now then, hooves up. There's no hole in the bottom of the barrel. I can't stick the table leg through it. There's no hole in the bottom of the barrel. I can't stick the table leg through it. The crank isn't sharp enough. I can't drill into it with that. There's no hole in the bottom of the barrel. I can't stick the table leg through it. There's no hole in the bottom of the barrel. I can't stick the table leg through it. If I put that here, and then that here, then I've got a drill. A terrible invention. A terrible invention. I'll take it apart again. I'll take it apart again. It's holding, but I can't push it yet. Up you go. The horse isn't in a good place here. I should hook on the right once I've got the horse where I want it. Now I might be able to drag it a couple of cubits at least. Now I can push the thing. Now we want to see if this thing might still be of some use. I've got the horse hooked onto the chains now. I can put the axles to one side now. The horse is hanging on the chains. Fits too. Ho! That's going to make one powerful projectile. Hasta la vista, compañero. No key on him. Damn. I'll take it with me again. Jamila, psst. Here, this is for you, with best wishes from the prison guard.
Theodore, you just get better and better.
I know. Now all I need is the key to the prison. Then we can...
What are you whispering for? There's somebody there! Get away from the window! Away from the window, I said! Are you deaf? Right then. I'll show you who's the master around here.
And I'll show you whose daughter I am. There! Take that, you cursed murderer! Would these be the keys you're looking for?
I think they are. I've got the key to the cell. Now let's get off to get Ramon. Ramon, my dear brother.
Theodore!
The fever has gone down. But we need water. Food.
Yes, we're leaving here immediately.
Open up the other cells first, please. There are other prisoners.
You're free! Come on out! Come on!
Hey, what's going on here? Have you been partying without me?
Rafi, where have you come from all of a sudden?
I climbed over the wall. Where's Jamila?
In the palace. We're not finished with the guards. There's 2 of them running around still.
Good. Then there is something for me to do. I've got a saber. You take Jamila's for now.
Hey! The prisoners have broken out! Help! The devils are free! How quickly the tides can turn.
Mwah. Mwah. Good work, you two. That went quicker than I thought.
I've heard you say that once before, only this time it sounds much nicer.
And now?
Well, there's those 2 in the prison to be dealt with, and then we're out of here. Or do you want to weave yourself a victor's laurel wreath?
But where are we supposed to go?
To the hideout first, and then you can discuss what's next.
I'm so happy you're getting better, Ramon. All of you.
We have to thank you for that, Theodore. We wouldn't be sitting here if it weren't for you.
While you were having your fever, you mentioned something about a city.
Yes, Zerzura, the legendary desert city, which is in no way lost, as many maintain it is. It is only uninhabited. The only person living there is the Queen. The inhabitants have all been scattered to the 4 winds, but they'll find their way back, and quite soon, since it's the longing for their home that draws them back. And not only that.
What do you mean?
There is something which binds the inhabitants to their city. It's the water which they drank as children, and which still has an effect on them. Water which can heal all wounds, and which gives the Zerzurians unlimited life force.
Where do you know all this from?
From the Zerzurians themselves. Drinking the water has a small side effect. The hair turns white, and the eyes grow brighter. Yes, we are Zerzurians. You too.
But my hair's black.
Because you have never drunk the water. At least not directly. Our mother was pregnant with you when she had to flee Zerzura. But your eyes are just as bright as ours.
But I don't understand.
I know, Fedor. That's because you've never felt this longing in yourself. But I have. You know that I've spent my whole life looking for a reason for it. And now that I know it, I don't want to spend one more day without a home.
You want to go to Zerzura? Seriously?
All of us.
But you're all ill, completely unfit to travel. We can certainly find a good physician in Tripoli.
There is only one medicine that can heal us.
But how do you see this working? If you're right, then this city lies somewhere out in the desert. You don't even have the strength to stand on your own 2 feet. How are you going to march through the desert day after day? And carrying provisions, water and all of that?
We'll manage it. The thought of Zerzura will give us the strength.
But that's ridiculous. It will be certain death for you.
No, Fedor. It's our one chance of survival.
I'll find the city and then find the shortest route and then come back and get you.
But you don't know enough about it. That would be much more dangerous.
I value your concern, dear brother. But trust me, I have freed you from the clutches of the Inquisition and will now also find the desert city, lost or not. We'll set forth in 3 days.
No, not in 3 days. We have to hurry. We are not the only ones who wish to travel to Zerzura. The Grand Inquisitor will soon be setting out for there too, just as soon as he has found what he's looking for, and that won't be long now.
What's that you're saying? The Grand Inquisitor wants to go to Zerzura.
That's why he was looking for us. He needs the key in order to get into the city. And then it will be too late for all of us.
And where is this damned key?
Nobody knows exactly. The key was broken into several parts and distributed among the Zerzurians before their great flight, when they scattered to the 4 winds.
But the Grand Inquisitor has been searching doggedly and with all means of force, and certainly has already collected some pieces together.
Already got a few pieces. That means not all of them.
I don't think he has.
Quite definitely not. He was extremely angry when he saw that we didn't have any of the fragments.
Yes, but any kind of information is useful to him. He's set off at full speed into the desert.
Then we have to find the missing pieces, before he does. Then let's go! What are we waiting for? The poor woman has had her tongue cut out. What she might have been able to say once, she can't say anymore. How are you doing?
I thank Sekhmet for sending you.
I'm asking myself, why did you all flee from Zerzura? What happened back then?
Blood was spilled. A black day for Zerzura. Many died. All the others fled.
But why? How did things come to that?
I don't know, and I'm glad that I wasn't anywhere near the Queen's temple. My family came away unscathed. Sekhmet be thanked.
What do you know of the Queen?
Without her people, she is nothing, and with them, everything. She has no power on her own, but through us she can become as strong and powerful as she once was. Through us, and with Sekhmet's help as well.
That sounds like a person ought to beware of her.
The Queen is good. She is the one that we thank for the water that could make my eyes see once again. It is she who saw to it for centuries that Zerzura was the contented white city and a blooming paradise in the middle of the desert.
For centuries, you say?
Yes, the source of her power also knew the secret of immortality.
And it could be this, that the Grand Inquisitor wants to draw upon for himself.
That would suit him well. And if that man had that kind of power, then he would also turn that paradise into a burning hell.
Do you know how we can get to Zerzura?
I have already once tried to find it. There is supposed to be a description of the route and the old ruins, but I didn't find it.
What ruins are these?
The Egyptian temple in the desert. 5 days' travel from Tripoli.
What do you know about the Grand Inquisitor?
More than a person can stand. Don't ask.
He must be a cruel man.
Cruel and profoundly evil. And he will never rest until he has what he wants. May Sekhmet guard us from his rule.
Do you know the source of the immortality?
No, that is known only by the Queen's 12 counselors.
Take some rest.
Thank you, my boy. May Sekhmet be with you.
Please speak to our oldest. He can tell you more than I can.
Ramon?
Yes, brother?
What else do you know about the Queen?
That there wouldn't be a Zerzura without her, and that she must be very old. I've spoken to various generations of Zerzurians, and they only ever speak of this one queen.
Why did she remain alone in Zerzura?
I have heard that her own fate is closely bound to the city. We should hope that she long continues.
So why did our mother flee Zerzura?
I don't know what happened exactly, but it must have been something pretty terrible. The one soul who has remained in the city is the Queen.
Can you still remember our mother?
I was 5 years old when she died. I no longer have an image of her in my head, only in my heart. She was a good mother, happy and warm-hearted. You would have loved her too.
Yes. Do you know how she died?
From exhaustion. Tabit said that the travails of the flight were too much for her.
No, that's not what happened. Shortly before his death, he told me that the Inquisition took her and burned her at the stake.
What? Fedor, do you realize what that means?
Yes. The Grand Inquisitor must already have been searching for the key fragments at that time. Oh, but you don't know yet, Ramon. The flying machine with the leather hull and the basket that I built recently. Do you remember it? Yes, it did in fact fly. Can you imagine that?
Really? You got that thing into the air?
Yes, I even flew after you in it, as far as southern Spain.
So far, and in spite of your fear of heights? You're not just a genius. You have the heart of a lion too, my brother.
That cat's head goddess, Bastet, is that her as well? The one who featured on all those lion head artifacts that you collected?
No, the one with the lion head is Sekhmet, Bastet's dark, angry sister.
Do you know the fastest way to get to Zerzura?
I would simply follow my heart.
You don't think there's a more, exact route description?
It's possible, but I don't know it. I have nothing that points to it in my notes.
Have you ever seen the Grand Inquisitor?
Only as a shadowy form. He always kept himself in the background while his torturing knaves did their work.
What will he do if he gets all the pieces? What does he want with Zerzura?
Perhaps he wants to take back all of the relics from a lost crusade for the church.
For the church?
Yes. 200 years ago, a group of Crusader knights made their base in Zerzura. I'm guessing that the church is still speculating on there being a fair load of booty still there.
Could be right. If the Grand Inquisitor finds all of the key fragments, then he'll enter a city free of inhabitants, and it'll be an easy job for him to loot the place completely.
Don't underestimate the Queen, though. She won't allow that. She'd rather pit herself against a whole army rather than just give up her city.
Does she have any chance, though, against the Grand Inquisitor and his followers?
I hope so, for if not, then the days of Zerzura are surely at an end.
So we have to get there before him, then. Hello, Raffi.
Hey, Theodorus, what's the plan?
Thanks again for your help, Raffi. My journey is now going to take me into the desert. My brother and I want to find Zerzura. You must have heard of this city.
A little. But what I did hear sounded pretty promising. You know what? I'll come with you.
Are you sure? We don't know how to find the place, nor do we know where we ought to search for the missing key fragments, and what we might find there.
Sounds like a children's game. When are we getting started?
See you later, then.
See you around.
Hey!
Hey!
You've surely heard. I'm going to look for Ramon's desert city. We could do with whatever help we can get, but of course it's completely up to you if you want to come along or not.
Is that what you want, then? You want me to come with you?
It'll be a race against time. Ramon's wound is turning into blood poisoning. There'll be no healing him soon. Nobody actually knows where the city lies. And then there's still the crazy Grand Inquisitor, striving for world domination.
Well, since you ask so nicely.
Seriously though, Jamila, I don't want anything to happen to you.
Are you joking? I'm definitely coming with you.
I'm pleased about that, of course, but please think about it once more. Things could get really dangerous.
So? Who do you think you're talking to? In case you've forgotten, I'm Jamila, Carlos's daughter, and have been through plenty of other adventures before.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I fought side by side with my father on land and sea. I've survived a mutiny, cannonballs have flown past my ears, and someone even tried to hack me to death with an axe. But do you know the worst thing I've ever been through so far?
No idea, but the axe thing sounds pretty bad.
No, it was when we were in the palace and the captain drafted me into sewing like a housewife.
Fair enough, Jamila. Lovely to have you on board. Salam alaikum, Honourable Emir.
Alaikum salam, my young friend.
A new adventure awaits. I'll go and search for Zerzura with my brother. You know, the city of which he has spoken again and again.
But it's really only a legend, made up by grave robbers who could use such fairy tales to increase the value of their wares tenfold.
Ramon is sure that it really exists, and he's quite certainly no grave robber.
If you believe in it, then I'll come with you. As things are now, I can't stay here anyway. I used to often travel with the desert caravans. I know my way around somewhat. I can lead you if you wish.
Thank you. We're happy to accept your offer.
There's not enough gold in the world to pay for what you've done for me. If I can help you now, then I'm a happy man.
We'll see you later, Honourable Emir.
My heart will be filled with joy.
The most important thing I need for the journey is preparation. Otherwise, we'll not get 2 days distant.
So it is. There's still water and supplies in a hiding place in my palace. I can go and fetch them.
Very good.
I'm going to draw a map with the other Zerzurians, showing the way to the Egyptian ruins.
Why? What are we supposed to do there?
There's supposed to be a map room there, which has a description of the way to Zerzura.
Really? In the old Egyptian ruins? I think I've been past there once.
Well, then you can help us.
Very happy to, as soon as I've got the supplies.
Good.
And I'll get blankets, lamps, and tents.
I'll help you with that, Raffi.
That is a whole lot of stuff for you two on your own. I'll come along too.
And who's taking care of the camels?
There's still one in the palace gardens, but it's not too well, unfortunately. I can ask my most loyal subjects for help, and definitely get hold of 3 camels, but that won't be enough.
No, we'll need at least 2 more. Pity that camel in the palace is sick.
You can make it well again, Theodorus. I get the feeling that you'd be good with camels.
You really think so? I was just thinking the opposite.
Even if you can get it fit again, we still need 1 more. There are 5 of us, and each has equipment and supplies.
Yes, that's right. You're 3 camels. The sick one, and then another one.
Then the other Zerzurians are going to have to stay here. They're too weak to walk. Better if we come and collect them once we've found Zerzura.
I've already spoken to them. They're agreed that they should wait and rest in Raffi's hideout.
Then that's all arranged. Everybody knows what they have to do, and I'll take care of the 2 missing camels.
Some alms for a poor old man?
I'm really sorry, but I've got nothing.
Think of me, sir, when you have something. Allah will thank you for it.
It would seem that no one here needs any jugs. I ought to give him something before I ask for something from him. Oh, hello, Jamila.
Hey, I'm combing these things here for provisions and such for our journey.
Of course, I understand. Don't stop. If I'm not completely mistaken, those have to be ferns. That seems to be the only camel in the stable. The Grand Inquisitor has taken all the others with him. It doesn't seem to be too healthy. Hardly moves, but still seems to be breathing. Exactly the reason why the Grand Inquisitor and his people have left it behind. I need to get the camel back up on its feet. Otherwise Ramon isn't going to make the journey. Jamila? Hey!
Hey!
Tell me now, do you have any kind of camel knowledge?
No, I can't help you there. Camels aren't one of my specialities.
Good day, sir.
Thank Allah that He led you to me. How can I serve you, good sir? What are you doing back here? You're not a slave anymore?
No, we overcame the guards and for the time being have them locked up in prison.
The Spaniards deserve nothing better. Maybe I ought to sell the soldiers on as slaves. Or maybe I should move into the palace and get them to work for me. That would serve them right.
As you like. Here's the key for the prison. Have fun with the soldiers.
That I will.
See you later.
Allah be with you.
I ought to give him something before I ask for something from him. Here, you can certainly use this.
And how? My gullet's as dry as a desert bush in autumn. You're a good man. Allah will thank you for your kindness. Salut.
Greetings, good man. You don't know anything about camels by any chance?
Camels? Huh. That's about the only thing I do know about.
Really?
Yes. I was the camel doctor in the palace of the former emir until the Spanish came.
Would you mind having a look at a sick camel? Perhaps it isn't all that serious.
Perhaps. It's just I haven't eaten anything today and the wine won't last much longer either.
Don't worry, your efforts won't be for nothing.
It would seem that the poor thing has only got a rather large cactus spine stuck between his toes.
So he can walk again soon?
I can pull the spine out, but then the wound will need to heal first. We need to give it a good clean and bandage it.
Clean and bandage. All right. With what?
Bring me salt and fern leaves.
Greetings, good man. Have you ever heard of Zerzura?
Zerzura. That was the name of the lead bull camel on the last caravan. A beautiful creature.
I mean Zerzura, the desert city.
Kazuza. That means hungry in Spanish. I know that word in nearly every language.
Zerzura.
What was the question again?
Adios.
Peace and happiness to you and all your children.
I don't need his help at the moment. A crate of bagged salt. The Bedouin are well known for trading salt. Uncle Tabit always brought some back from his trips and insisted on only this salt on his food. Damn, I miss him. Would appear to be a trader from the desert, maybe a Bedouin. Uncle Tabit always liked to tell stories about them. Greetings.
Take your time to look at everything. My goods are of the finest quality.
Do you know anything about sick camels? It doesn't want to stand up.
No, but we're not allowed in the city anyway. And the camel can't come to us either.
What do you want for one of your camels?
Normally they aren't for sale. But if you help us get our goods sold, then we'll give you one.
I'd like a bag of salt.
With what would you like to pay for it?
With this device for stone crafting.
I don't know this. What is it supposed to be?
What? You don't know it? It's a holding device for stones, so they can be painted from all sides. No smudging, no dirty fingers from holding it.
Let me see. Yes, it looks really useful. Thank you. Here's your salt.
Do you come here from the desert every day? That must be an arduous journey.
That's right. That's why we've set up camp here and take turns. It's a shame we're not allowed into the city to exchange our goods with other traders anymore. We've been living off dry bread and beans for days.
What do you sell?
Mainly salt, but also soap and stone craft work. We have a long tradition of stone art.
You come from the desert, don't you? Then you must definitely have heard of Zerzura.
Why are you interested in such a thing?
Why not? Sounds exciting, doesn't it? Zerzura, the White City, the lost desert paradise.
Those are fairy tales. To us, Zerzura means something quite different.
Like what? Tell me, please.
How many names do you want to hear?
Well, why don't you just start?
The forbidden city of the horizon. There where the sandstorms rage. The city of no return. The city of the vain search. Of eternity. Of death.
Sounds even more exciting. I think I have to go there.
Only one who doesn't know the desert could speak like that. Don't try to find that which doesn't want to be found.
Do you know anything about sick camels? It doesn't want to stand up.
No, but we're not allowed in
What do you want for one of your camels?
Normally they aren't for sale. But if you help us get our goods sold, then we'll give you one.
Why can't you go into the city?
The new rulers of the city have decreed it so. We're avoiding trouble and selling outside the city. even though hardly anyone passes by.
Adios.
May the sun be with you.
He was definitely a good camel doctor. I hope for his sake he finds his calling again. Here's the salt.
Have you got the ferns, too?
Yes, sure. Here.
So, in a few hours I can have the camel walking again.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Please take something from the stores here to fill your empty stomach.
I have reason to be thankful too.
That's one camel I've got. He was definitely a good camel doctor. I hope for his sake he finds his calling again. She's searching for all the stuff we need for our journey. I'd prefer not to disturb her. Good day, sir.
Thank Allah that he led you to me. How can I serve you, good sir?
Did you know there are Bedouins camping outside the gates of the city, selling cheap soap and salt?
Yes, that's why the market here is so empty. The damn Spanish don't let anyone in.
And it looks like those chaps are quite famished and have a real appetite for dates.
Ah. For dates, you say?
I think they'd pay a lot for them.
Thank Allah for sending you. He has spared me. By Allah, that's what I call a good deal.
Forsooth, I haven't made a better one in months. Young friend, many thanks for your help. You're welcome to choose a camel and collect it when you are ready.
Yes! Thank you. So that's the second camel. I should go back to the hideout and tell the others.
Northeast from this point?
Yes, right there, I'm quite certain.
How are you getting on?
Very good, Fedor, very good. The Emir can remember the ruins quite precisely. We could pretty much draw the way there exactly to the foot.
Fantastic. Then nothing else can go wrong.
Have you been able to get hold of 2 camels? I can hardly wait to get going.
You will have to be patient a little longer, dear brother. I have 2 camels, but one of them is still a bit weak, and will be ready to go in a few hours.
That's fine. We should wait until nightfall before we leave anyway. Our first stop is not so far from Tripoli, at a watering point on the caravan road, but far enough that we have the dunes behind us.
Good.
So, the pack saddles are loaded. I prepared Ramon's saddle a bit so that he can keep his legs still.
Thank you, Jamila. That's really very nice of you.
Yes. Strange, isn't it? I don't even recognise myself.
Now, a decent meal and a nap, and then I'm ready to go.
Good plan. That's exactly what we'll do.
Together with his friends and Ramon, he ventured into the unknown, deeper and deeper into the desert, into that sea of stone and sand.
Where are we?
A watering point in the middle of the desert.
Watering point?
Yes. On a caravan road, there are stores of water at regular intervals. The caravan leaders get them filled when they pass by on the route.
How practical.
There's water in many places in the desert. For example, look at that termite hill over there.
Really? Do the termites gather water?
You could put it that way. If you eat enough termites, you certainly won't die of thirst.